Hi guys! So I'm back. This video is definitely more of a kind of vlog format. It's just me talking. So if you're not a fan of those videos, this probably isn't the video for you. But if you're looking for some firsthand experience, just talking about like how Davis is, like online learning, stick around. Um, so I guess like I want to talk about a couple things because I know I'm anxious about going back to school and doing it online and like going through pretty much everything that happened spring quarter. And for some of you, you don't really know what to expect because you weren't at Davis last quarter and you want to make sure it's like, okay, so how different is this experience going to be from like what I did? So just as a frame of reference, I took four classes technically. I was doing research units and I had two jobs. So spring quarter was a little nuts, and the format of the classes that I took were, all on Zoom. I had one professor that was for like my photography kind of art GE class that I really enjoyed. He kind of pre-recorded all the lectures, and then we had one discussion that we tried to meet in kind of like live every week. And I really enjoyed that format because it allowed me to figure out when I wanted to do stuff, and it gave me the flexibility to like fit doing slides in between like other classes that I had and like kind of work stuff that I had to do. So I loved that class. That teacher was so accommodating and just so sweet. I had a writing class. I had a UWP class. A lot of you might be taking that because you need it. I really enjoyed it. I took 104E. If you guys want to know the professor, feel free to contact me. And that was a very steady pace. Like, okay, on the first class of the week, you kind of do like your kind of rough draft stuff, and then you have like a week to revise it, and then you turn in your final product and you get a grade. That class was like very steady, and it was front loaded a little bit, so there wasn't like this massive project at the end. So that was great, and that teacher was really accommodating. In terms of my STEM classes, they were really hard. Being in quarantine is really hard. Like for me, I had to go back home, and thankfully, I have a pretty stellar living situation, but I have close friends that are not, and that's usually a big reason why a lot of students are coming back to Davis. Like if they can get out of where they're living, like either with their parents or like kind of back in their hometown, they're gonna do it, which is great. Like go make a couple new friends within your housemates or your apartment or whatever. Like, I totally support that. We all need some human connection right now because Zoom just isn't cutting it. I also found myself kind of in a rut in quarantine because I'd find myself sitting at my desk, doing my schoolwork, doing my work. But I really think it boiled down to like, I just got so stuck, and I bet a lot of you probably feel like those days too. Like I've talked to other people, and there's just days that you just get stuck in a rut. And you're like, I know this is due. I know that, like, you just don't want to do anything. Like, you could have had like a good day before. You're not necessarily having a bad day, but you're like, I really can't do anything but like watch Netflix and feel unmotivated right now. And unfortunately, that's a product of your environment, right? You're stuck inside. You're probably not moving very much. For me, I found myself like eating at really weird times. I was in contact with like some of my close friends that definitely like that made it better. I also found that like having a routine, like, okay, I need to get up at this time every morning, even if I don't have a class, right? And like, you can enjoy your breakfast and like do what you need to do. I also really highly suggest like I actually partly got inspired to kind of do this little talk vlog because I ended up watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos that my friend recommended, and they made me realize like how important it is to go take a walk, right? Like I think we forget that like just going outside and moving a little bit helps so much. I understand the state is on fire, so that makes it really hard. And yeah, so like get ready. I mean, the department is gonna be here for you, you know, like Perry and Kate and I, like we're here to help you transition through this and like figure out your own rhythm. Um, and that's also runs along the same lines of like you need to do little things for you every day that you're inside and stuck. Maybe you dedicate 10 minutes to like looking at puppy pictures every day, you know? Like that could be your highlight of your day. I challenge you guys to find something, like bake something, go on a walk, see a dog, like watch, like working your favorite show because at the end of the day, I feel like I've said that like 3 times in this video, but you need to take care of yourself first and foremost. You need to take care of your mental health because everything gets amplified when you're stuck inside, and it's scary. Hopefully like you guys have kind of already started like whatever process of working on whatever you want to work on, you know, when we were all stuck inside the first time, but a lot of us are still working on those things. And I just want to remind you guys that like just moving feels good. It makes your brain do happy things. So if you feel like you're really like just not in a good place, sometimes that's just a good place to start. It's just like, I'm gonna go on a walk or I'm gonna go talk to my friend. Just doing those little things can help make quarantine not so terrible. I'm gonna even like follow, like, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. Like, I knew, like, I started doing this like workout thing since this summer. And some nights I'm just like, I really don't want to do this, but I remind myself, like, I feel so much better after I do. And I owe that to myself, right? That I've earned making myself feel better. You know, like there's only so much work you guys can do in a day, right? Like, and that's another thing. Like, since we're in quarantine and we're stuck and there's kind of nothing to do, I think it's really important to give yourself a time frame and a window of like, I'm gonna be productive from here to here, or even chunk it, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna 2 hours in the morning, I'm gonna do something for myself, like maybe make myself a nice lunch, and I'm gonna do like chunk it. Because if you don't, I feel like part of my kind of anxiety a little bit during spring quarter was that I would anticipate or expect myself to do something until it was done, like in a day, right? Because, like, oh, I have nothing else to do. I should just get this done today. When realistically, like, that project or whatever I was working on or that piece takes me anywhere from like 2 to like 6 hours, right? But I had other things to do that day. So if I like push myself that I had to finish it because I had nothing else to do, then I would like overly stress myself out when realistically I could be like, this is my stopping point for the day. I will pick up tomorrow. And then relax in the evening and like give yourself that chance to recharge. And if you can, I know it's not an option for everyone, but if you can, really try to like kind of remove yourself from your workspace, right? And differentiate like, okay, if I'm sitting at my desk, I'm doing my homework. Like if I'm gonna go on my phone, I get to sit on the floor kind of thing, right? So it's like you don't associate those things together. And also for your like break time, like even if you can move your laptop like from your desk to like your bed or your desk to like the couch and like really take that time for yourself, I think that'll go a long way. Um, so yeah, this is gonna be hard, but I really want you guys to put yourselves and your mental health first because if you don't have that, it's so hard to like focus and really get what you need to get done to move on to that next step.